Welcome to Learning Through Stories. My name's David, and I'll be telling some stories. And as you listen to the stories, think about the ancient wisdom they contain and your own interpretation. Afterwards, I'll tell you what I think, but maybe even pause the video and think about your own interpretation before listening to mine. So let's get started. Another Nasruddin Hoja story. Mortal's Way. One day 4 boys approached Hoja and gave him a bag full of walnuts. Hoja, we can't divide these walnuts among us evenly, so would you help us, please? Hoja asked, do you want God's way of distribution or mortal's way? God's way, the children answered. Hoja opened the bag and gave 2 handfuls of walnuts to one child, 1 handful to the other, only 2 walnuts to the 3rd child, and none to the 4th. What kind of distribution is this? The children asked, baffled. Well, this is God's way, he answered. He gives some people a lot, some people a little, and nothing to others. If you had asked me for mortal's way, I would have given the same amount to everybody. The end. What does this story mean to you? Well, to me, it starkly reminds us that life is unfair, and that sometimes equality is unfair too. That when we try to be too fair, we are going about things wrongly. Children these days do need to know that, and they do experience the world as such, but they do need to know that life is unfair, things are unfair, and equality isn't really part of Mother Nature's design. Too often I see in schools and classrooms everything absolutely fair to the nth degree. And then our children get into the real world and they're confronted with God's way, this unequal distribution. And they're unprepared for it. I really think that we should teach children that life is unfair in the sense that not everybody gets the same amount and the same things. But the lesson should be, it's not what you get, but it's what you do with it and do with yourself that counts. That it's not the things, but it's the being that's important. And I think Hoja's story is a good start at thinking about that, and thinking about that with our students. What do they think about this story? Thank you for listening, and stay tuned to the next story.